The children in our country are being made to be the victim of a situation they are not
Can we go
involved,
live?
and then sent to a foster home where they again are reintroduced to trauma of being the odd ball. Our
Okay.
courts are contaminated with young, inexperienced caseworkers and polluted with bribes, high-priced bonuses for speedy adoption of terminated parents, and judges who don't practice law with the Constitution in their sights. This is a problem. George Washington never thought of children as pawn in the game of freedom and American values, and never had he wanted to sell them. They were from his maker, his creator. Our children are being run down for no other reason than the profits being made in some way. Somehow these government agencies make money hand over fist day in and day out. They have you go to classes that they are billing for, and there is no viable reason for you to attend. Yet when you hear an update, CPS tells you that you're further away from when you started. Reunification is your goal, not theirs. And after you go through 12+ months of grueling, painstaking classes and meetings, all while getting the slimmest amount of time to visit your child, and even worst, you are always supervised. Never alone again with your child, it's awful. How do they feel, do you think?
Where's the outrage? Why is nobody standing up for these families being torn apart by CPS?
Please don't tell me you're going to put all your bets on this superhero. You grown-ups are supposed to be coming to his rescue. Stop ignoring this problem. There is nothing more I can say to any of you. Please fight CPS and help those who have lost so much they can help themselves.
Put Herbert out there. Evening,
How you doing,
Herbert.
Dan? Yeah,
Doing good, doing
good.
good.
So what you do different?
Let's see. I just did the destination different, I guess.
You got to remember what you did different, because if you forget, you're going to do the same thing all over again next time.
Now I got to figure out how to get the comment box up there.
Okay.
New comments will display here. Okay, so as it is there. Okay, cool.
Well, do it. Make a comment box pop up.
Yeah, it says it will display it there.
Okay. All right. It just went out to people.
Yep.
And something just popped up that went out to the public.
Yep.
Now, write down what you did, Vinny, so you won't forget the next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, do it.
Um,
This is your first show. This is your first time. Write it down. Write it down what you did so you won't blow it the
Won't
next time.
forget it. Yeah. Yeah. I put it on my phone so I remember how to do it.
You
But I
did?
see that it just went out because it says right there on my phone that it went live. So
Yeah, but did you remember what you did? Did you write down
yeah,
what you did?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I did. I screenshotted it so I knew what I did.
very good. That was very smart. Very smart.
So hopefully we'll get some people to come in here soon.
And you could tell if people come in?
It should tell us. Right now
Not
it
us.
says 0
You.
viewers.
Let me see if I push this button, what I see. Right now, private chat, it says private talk with the host and other guests. That's all. Then I push this other button. It says restream messages from audience will display here. So there's
Yep.
no messages from the audience right now.
Let's see if this pops in.
I don't see any messages. Okay, now it says hi all from the host. It
Yep.
says host says hi all.
Okay, cool. So it is working. So we got it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we'll do this show for at least a good 2 hours because that's the minimum allowance of it. So I want to go over some policies and
I just
procedures.
responded back to you and said Herbert here. Did you see that?
Hasn't popped in there yet.
Oh,
Oh, it's over here. Yep, in the
okay,
private
good.
chat. Yep,
So you
that's good.
so you'll see where that's at. So if ever I have to click off for some reason and click back on, I will always put Herbert's back or Herbert's here.
Right. Do you while you're live, can you send this link to Mandy and them?
I don't have their phone numbers.
Yeah, I don't either.
I can if I had their phone numbers.
I don't have any of their numbers.
No. And we didn't think when we were talking on the phone yesterday to get their information.
Yeah. Well, hopefully some of them will show up because they knew that I was going to do this today.
With all
Um,
that with all that hobbla hibbla talking we were doing, they may have forgot and they don't know what time you're gonna do it because you never said what time.
yeah, I didn't. I didn't really.
No.
I just said
No, you just
later
said
on in
you're
the
gonna do the
afternoon.
show. Yeah, that's not good enough. You just said you're gonna do the show tomorrow. That's what you said. But you just say what time.
So I came across this and I'm trying to pull it up right now. Um, there we go. It's pulling up in my PDF so I can read this off. Because I thought it was interesting facts that people should know.
Okay.
It states, this is something that was written by someone, and they did. Please note that. Oh no, that ain't it. That's the wrong one. Crap. All my stuff is like backwards on, so bear with me. Here we
Take your
go.
time.
Okay, so right here, I'm gonna read this from their own policies and procedures. All right, and this is per statutory authority 22 MRS S 403 S 404 S 408A S 4032 and S 4033 and 4034 definitions. For a couple list of definitions, see blah 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 OCFS policy manual glossary. But it states in their policies and procedures, the child protection investigation is the first step in providing child welfare intervention to families. It is critical that the law, policy, and procedures are followed to ensure child safety within the context and capture the family whatsoever possible and is the child's best interest based on completion of a fact-based forensic investigation with a child. It is circumstances of a risk of child abuse and neglect. The department must take steps to ensure child safety, which at times include the removal of children from homes. The Child Protective Investigating Policy acts to guide staff in the duties authorized by 22 MRS 404, which state the department shall act to protect, abuse, and neglect children and children's in circumstances that present a substantial risk of abuse and neglect, to prevent further abuse and neglect, to enhance the welfare of these children and their families, and to preserve family life whenever possible. The department shall receive reports of abuse and neglect and suspicious child deaths. B. Promptly investigate an abuse and neglect case and suspicious child death coming to its attention, or in the case of the home abuse and neglect investigation, the department shall act in accordance with sub charter 11A. C1 determines each case investigated under Paragraph B, whenever or not a child has been harmed and the and disagree and the disagree of harm, threatened harm by a person responsible for the case of that child, by deciding whether allegations are substantiated, indicated, or substantiated. Each allegations must be considered separately and may result in a combination of findings.
Okay.
So their own policies and procedures are basically not even being followed, because um they give a whole, like, they're in their policies and procedures, they give the whole aspect of everything.
Yes.
Like uh All planned interviews with the child must be audio recorded, 22 MRS 4021, and uploaded into the media file related listed in Child Welfare Information System within 10 business days.
So that means that when they interview a child, they have to record what that child is saying and then upload it within 10
Yes,
business days.
yes.
Okay.
Um, Investigation involving allegations of child sexual abuse. The CAC will conduct the child interview. The caseworker will conduct a minimum fact interview when the interview cannot be scheduled within the responded time frame, child sexual abuse was not alleged in the report, and the child disclosed sexual abuse during fact-finding interview, or the child discloses sexual abuse during a monthly contact. The caseworker and supervisor will discuss the time frame in which the sexual abuse allegations occur and determine if immediate medical attention is necessary. If abuser has taken place within 3 days, a medical exam is recommended. Note, if a minimum fact interview, the caseworker is unable to determine that the child is safe without further information, the caseworker will conduct a full fact finding interview exploring all areas of abuse and neglect, including the sexual abuse allegations. And then it
Okay.
goes on to further explain their physical observation of a child must be completed for both verbal and nonverbal children. The caseworker must observe each child in a manner that allows the caseworker to have confidence that the child's body is free of signs of physical abuse and neglect, keeping in mind that the child's trauma history, ages, and needs for personal boundaries and privacy. That
Yeah.
includes parts of the body where they like to be physical indicates of abuse that would only be observed when the child is unclothed.
Yes.
For an infant, that must include watching a diaper change when, oh, lost Herbert.
No, 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 no. Herbert's still here. Can you hear me?
Yep, yep.
Yeah. I just turned my camera off because I'm walking around.
When conducting investigation activities in person. For a child who's walking, the caseworker will ask the child to move around. If the child is able to observe the child from different vantage points and make observation about whether the child is moving naturally with ease and comfort. For child sexual allegations, a referral for a physical exam must be made to a medical professional. They never did that.
Okay. Did they do all of that in your case?
They did not. No. And that's why I find that a lot in this case is not had the actual demographic that people are looking through, because they're not looking at their policies and procedures and pointing out, okay, well, they didn't follow this procedure, and they're not noting that down. And
Okay.
that's where our problems lie, is their policies and procedures, because they're violating their own policy and procedure.
Okay. So I have an idea you could do next week. That may be, again, this is what I call thinking outside the box.
Right, right.
Have you ever given thought to calling another CPS office in a whole different state?
Yep, I have. Yep.
I give you one. Call Connecticut. Call North Carolina, South Carolina, and just say that, and put it in the third party. What I'm saying is, you have a friend named Herbert that's having this issue, and he was telling me about the guidelines, and I just want to see if he's correct on what he's saying regarding the guidelines. And you'd be calling a whole different state. You wouldn't be calling Maine. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're
They'll
saying.
talk to you. Because I talked to CPS a number of times. I call their phone. They have a hotline, and I call them at night or different times. And when I get the hotline people at night, they have time to talk because they don't get a lot of calls. If you call them during the day, they might be busy. But if you call the phone, and they know some stuff. They don't know everything, but they know some stuff. The hotline people, and they can give you ideas. And they're in a whole different state. They'll even have a whole different attitude and a different mentality than the people.
Yeah, that's true.
I think you should consider doing that during the week. I mean, actually, you could do it today because the hotline is 24/7.
Yeah,
you can actually, when you get off the show, just call them up, call the hotline up, because I'm telling you, the hotline is not busy.
I'd love to
What's
get
your
a few
thoughts on that idea?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Well, what people can you call? You got to understand something. When you do get some other people, they will go into their story. We're going to be doing stories. So your objective today was to go over policies and procedures. That's my understanding.
Yes. Yes.
So you may start that way, but you may end up into stories.
Right, right. Then we got, let me scroll down to further incite this here policy. It states, under their determination of preliminary safety decision, as they call it, they call it PSD. The preliminary safety decision (PSD) determines the initial level of safety for each child in the home and is made in the field prior to returning to the office. PSDs are completed by the supervisor in consultation with the caseworker. The supervisor and caseworker review structured decisions making SDM safe assessment tool appendix to determine factors in insufficient child vulnerability, safety threats, safety plan capacity, and safety decision.
Ah,
Which
okay.
because so in my case, I told them that I didn't feel comfortable changing my 4-year-old's daughter's diaper because I felt that she was ready to be potty trained.
Hmm.
And you know, my better half was home at the time, so it was up to her. Um, and they frowned on that. So automatically, there's a point.
I don't understand it because you just said that your better half was home and you were
Right.
going to let your better half do the diaper change. So
Yep.
why should that have an effect on you?
It does for them. It does. Um,
They want you to
but
do the diaper change?
yeah, they expect you to do it as well.
So here's a case of prevent. This is my area that I'm focusing on. You know how to prevent CPS from getting involved with you. Why didn't you just
Right.
say, "Okay, I'll do the diaper change"?
Yeah, it's true.
They want you to do diaper change. Fine, I'll do the diaper change.
I don't know why. Like I don't know if
And
it's
when they're
too
not,
early. Too early. No one's around, or now
you're
who's
the
calling
father.
me?
All fathers do diaper change.
Hold on. Hello. Yo. Me and Herbert are on the show. I think.
No, we are on the show.
No. No. I go by. Hold on. I'll send you a thing. Talking to Darren. He just called.
Mm,
Hold on, Darren.
okay.
Let me find this
You
link
don't
here
have
to
to
my
say you think.
profile.
We are on the show. You don't have to say you think you're on the show. You are on the show.
Um, Copy profile link. That should find me, Darren. I just sent it to you. I no, I sent you my link to my profile. Yeah, to that phone. Is there any way you can send out are you home, Darren? Lost Darren. Are you there, Herbert? Yeah, you went out again.
When you sent that to him, you knocked me off, and then I had to come back in again.
Well, no, I sent it to him.
Whatever you did, I'm gonna tell you what. I got to tell you what happened. When you sent that to him, I got knocked off, and
That's
I
weird.
had to come back on again.
That's weird.
Yeah, I just want you to know what happened. So the link that you normally send to get people on came back up in my face.
Huh.
The show was off. I couldn't get back on. I had to come back through the proper channels to get back on the show again.
That's weird.
No, I'm not. This is your first show. You just have to learn how to do the things.
Yep. Yep.
Well, you expect to learn how to swim and be a scuba diver tomorrow?
Doesn't work that way.
No.
Definitely does not work that way.
I'm still here. I just have my camera off.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm watching to see if
So
we
did,
get anyone
so
that
did,
pops in.
did Darren say he's
I,
going to come on?
I don't know what he's doing. I sent him
Did
a link
Darren
to.
did Darren say he's going to come on?
Yeah, I think he's trying to figure out. I'm gonna tell him it's not. Hey Darren, can you send out invites to Mandy and them, so they can come on the show? I don't even know how to do the invites personally. I mean, I sent you the link that it gave me, so
Yeah. And it worked perfect. I was able to come right on
yeah,
because you have my text number.
right,
So it came right
right,
to my text. Darren might also have other people's email.
yeah, I'm sure he does, or he's got them by text message or whatever, so they're able to interact. But I'm surprised that Carrie hasn't shown up in here yet either. So
Carrie does not show up.
I mean, we're
You,
streaming right now, according to this, to YouTube, Facebook, and uh, yeah, YouTube, Facebook, and we're streaming on Twitter. It says
do you have Carrie's phone number?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't have anybody's phone number.
No,
So how did you thought you were going to do the show?
well, well, yeah. I mean, I told them all that I was going to be doing it, so I told them in the afternoon, and it's afternoon.
Actually, it's not. It's 6 o'clock.
Well, yeah, 6:49 here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 6:49. So that's not afternoon. This is
Well,
considered evening.
he heard my message, so I mean
Okay.
that's. He said, "Yeah, give him a second." Okay.
So he'll come on because he knows how to come on the show.
Okay, I think he's also going to do a TikTok things today. So
That's separate from this.
yeah, yeah.
Remember, this is your show.
You now. I don't know. He said he's going to send it out, but I think he's going to try to get it so he can hook it to the TikTok so we can go live on there too. Um, we did discuss that
Oh,
yesterday, so hopefully he can figure that out so we can get it so we go live on TikTok. That would be awesome because the more
yeah.
people we reach, the better we'll get in viewers.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
Yep.
I've never, I've never seen that happen before. So this will be the first time.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to see. It would increase viewers and everything else, and just having that helps. I mean, you reach
Mhm.
more people that way. So, have you heard anything on your front at all since last night?
Mm-mm. Nope, I haven't heard anything.
I know there was a few things posted. Matter of fact, I gotta pull this up. Um,
Okay,
I came across it today when I was scrolling. Um,
Good afternoon. I'm Vicky Trillen. I'm a physician from Texas. Today is June 30,
yeah,
2024.
We the People order served on SCOTUS. If you are a victim of family court, CPS, DCFS, guardianship racket, please email courtvictims at gmail. So in other words, this lady um has put a thing against the White House on SCOTUS.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Um and it says, what's going on in Washington D.C.? Who are these who got arrested and why? And I've been seeing more and more of this. Um and right here it states, um any attorney general, okay, an oath of office of attorney general, and they have to sign it 2 areas.
okay.
And if they can't they will not present that as their oath, and it has to state their honorable, you know, whoever, and their district. And if it doesn't state that, they
Yeah.
have no oath of office. That means they're operating under administration.
So they're not operating appropriately.
Right. And
I
it's
see.
supposed to also have the state seal.
Uh-huh. I see the seal.
Yep. And it states that it's supposed to have the seal on it, even when it comes to judges. So I find that, it says certificate of election, this one's for state of California. This certificate that the general election held on November 6, 2018, blank, I ain't gonna say the person's name, was declared elected to the office of Judge of Superior Court, office number 43, County of San Diego.
Uh-huh.
And it had the state seal at the top and the received date as January 23rd. So I think a lot of these people out there need to be requesting that information, requesting that the AAG provide their oath of office with their certificates.
Sounds
And if
like
they,
a
if they fail to produce that, then they should go after them for it.
that sounds like a good idea.
Because they should be oh, hold on. I gotta add Darren. Okay. I think I just sent him a, yeah. I don't know why, but Now I got him
So
on Fighting CPS Facebook page.
okay,
So yeah, I believe full heartedly that there's a lot going on that people don't really understand. Um, I was taught, like I said, I've been talking to a guy from Holton, and he's in Maine too. And he's been dealing with his case for 2 years, and he's still fighting. He has not given up.
yes.
Oh, there's Darren right there. Hey, Darren.
Yo, what's up?
Not much.
How you doing, Darren?
What's up?
Herbert said, "How you doing, Darren?"
I just called her, but you didn't answer. I was thinking she's talking to you.
Well, we're there. See?
Yeah, we're here.
Where? All right. Let's go in.
Go in. We're on.
Yeah, we're all on. Me
The fluff,
and
the fluff came on and everything.
yeah, it all showed up.
Good. Very nice. What are you guys talking about?
Policies and procedures.
Oh, yeah, which one?
Any of them. We're just kind of I was throwing some out there that they're not following. And I showed what they're supposed to have for the oath of office of the AAGs.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll come in with you.
All right, cool. Darren's gonna come in.
Okay.
Come in for a second.
You should also ask him for bringing other people in.
Yeah, did you send the rest of them invites, Darren?
I didn't even know you did that. Here I come in right now.
You should
Remember,
be fine.
Darren didn't even know what time you were coming on.
Yeah, no one knew. I just kind of said that I'd come on when I'm able to.
Right, but nobody knows what time.
Make Facebook, it sends a thing out to YouTube to all the places that you're coming on.
Okay.
Kick yourself here. What's up here?
All right.
Hey,
Hey, Darren.
what's going on?
Not much. So yeah, we were reading over the policies and procedures because I have them right in front of me. Um, and there's a lot of policy and procedure that I'm seeing them not following.
What is the number one policy and procedure that you have the biggest issue with that they're not
Um,
following?
they're one when it comes to the CAC video. It clearly states that they're supposed to notify the non-offending parent. Okay. Um, they didn't do this in this process at all. Um, and it states that they're supposed to contact the parent. Um, right here.
Hold on a minute here.
I gotta find it
Sorry.
here.
I thought my audio was on, but so. All right, there we go. Now I can hear you.
Huh.
There we go. So yeah, I'm sorry I missed that. What was that again now?
It's the CAC policy and procedure. They're not following it because the CAC, they're supposed to contact the non-offending parent in the CAC
Okay.
and let
What's the
them know.
CAC?
They're supposed to let them know
No, but
where it is, when it is, what time it is, everything.
who is? Yeah, but what is the CAC?
That the CAC is the Child Advocacy Center.
Okay. So they're the people that are there to represent and keep make sure that CPS stays in line. Kind of, they're supposed to advocate for you.
No, they're supposed to advocate for the child
Okay.
who is abused.
Okay.
But the worker is supposed to reach out to the non-offending parents,
Ah. Okay. I see.
and they're not doing so.
All right. So what, like, if there's anything going on with the kid, or if there's anything,
Right.
okay. So if there's any changes, any questions, any of that stuff, that's what they're supposed to do.
They're supposed to reach out by their policies and procedures.
All right. What in specific? Like just anything, or is it just? How does that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about the CAC.
Hold on. Let me right here. Here it is. Child Advocacy Center, CAC referrals. All investigations regarding child sexual abuse will be referred to the CAC. When referring to the CAC, the caseworker will inform the non-offending parent that the caseworker is going to make a referral to the CAC, and that the family advocate from the CAC will contact the parent explaining that the CAC will interview the child and follow child's consent, trauma informed and evidence based process that requires only one interview with the child, which is best practice for the victim and as minimum trauma to the child. The family advocate from the CAC will provide the parent with appointment time, further explanation of the process, and answer to any questions that they may have. Call the CAC closest to where the child resides to refer the child to an interview. Appendix 0, I request the CAC explore all abuse types. Provide the following information to the CAC. The caseworker's name, contact information so the CAC can notify the caseworker when interviewed scheduled. The OFCS response time frame 24 hours of 3 days to ensure the CAC can complete the interview within the time frame regarding the child. They didn't do
Okay.
any of this.
So they didn't contact you and say that your kid was going to be questioned by them.
You
Well, they wouldn't contact you.
Him.
They would
Your wife.
contact your wife because you said the non.
right.
Right.
And which
Now
they
let
didn't
me ask you
contact
this
her.
though. So let me ask you this: is she considered an offending parent because she's with you?
I don't know because she still has all of her visitations and everything else.
So she's a non-offending person. That's who they're supposed to contact.
Even though in the police reports and in the CSC, it states that she abused her daughter by beating her with a 2x4 in the face.
Okay, so
Oh,
that might be one of the reasons why. She's
she's a
under investigation too, correct?
yes. Sounds like
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
All right, so then she would be an offending parent.
But
Yep.
so far, she's gotten the proverbial slap on the hand.
But she's still under an investigation.
Right. But still
So
has
she's
all
still.
of her rights
So
intact.
she's not a non-offending. She's not a non-offending. She's
So
offending.
a non-offending parent's like this. You and her are separated. Your kids go to your house for the weekend. Something takes place at your house during the weekend. The kids come home. Your wife contacts CPS or whatever, and then the investigation takes place. It had nothing to do with her house, her person, nothing to do at all. Like it was because it was a whole separate incident away from the home. That's what I'm wondering here is because one, I'm assuming that your wife is guilty because she's with you, so that makes her not being able failure to protect, right? Is that what
Yeah.
she?
Yeah.
Protect, right? So they're going to consider her an offending parent because she has failure to protect. So they won't follow that guideline.
That's
So
why
you gotta remember
she
too,
hasn't heard from them.
right?
But it also states in their policies that the guardian ad
Yo,
litem is supposed to
right,
contact the parents, the grandparents, and anyone involved in this case that knows information.
right.
And then she has not.
Do they know of the grandparents?
Oh yes. Oh yeah, they do. My mother was in one of the family team meetings, and they still didn't contact her.
Huh. Well, is your mother considered a person of is she part of this?
I mean, they're claiming it happened in this house where I am.
Okay.
Mind you, back when we first moved here, there was over 11 people in this house.
Right. Okay. So would I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that anybody in your house is probably considered suspect, or um, and not you can't. They're not gonna contact anybody in that house. Is what my guess is from here.
But that
So
that would be
they're place-
violating that would be
placing that,
violating their own policy and procedure, because that is their policy and procedure.
but they're offending. See, you're in that house, so that makes everybody suspect because there's a failure to protect. I'm not saying that that's the truth of what really happened. Don't get
But
me
they're
wrong.
not they're not
But
even
in their
on the
eyes,
they're not listed on the court order though.
but are they listed as people of contact for you?
They're on there for both.
So when they first come and take your kids, Vincent Davis would always say this, and I've said it too, is that you're supposed to fill out a list of at least 25 family members that could get get custody of your kids when they take them from you, where your kids are supposed to go. Did you guys ever fill out a list that said, I want my kids to go here, 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 here?
No, because she signed a safety plan.
Well, that doesn't matter if she signed a safety plan. That's besides the point. You are supposed to develop a list and tell DHS where you find it acceptable for your children to go to. You're supposed to
Right.
provide
No,
that
no,
list.
we never had anything like that. Because
So that means that they don't know about those other people.
Correct. Thank you. Right. They have nobody else on your list that they
So those
consider.
11 people living in the house, they don't know about the 9 or 10 people living in the house.
Right. They
right.
can't, if they don't know about it, they can't do anything about it. Excuse me for 1 second, guys. Um, so I don't know if how long have your kids been out of your house?
9 months.
No, shit. Yeah, it's too late. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry.
I'm trying to find this other thing that I found. Um,
All right. Sorry about that. So if it's been 9 months, you might want to consider asking them, because that means that your kids went to wherever without your um without your knowledge. So they just selected people for your kids to go to?
yeah.
Huh. Okay. So you might want to put together a list right away of family members and such that you find acceptable for where your kids should be, and see if you can't submit that, even though it's 9 months. I mean, unless you're fine with where your children are right now. But
The one, my oldest, I'm kind of okay where she's at because we know her.
right
Um, but the foster parents for my littlest one, um, they really don't have contact with me. At
now, you
first, they were
listed your
talking.
littlest one. Does that mean they're separated?
Oh yeah,
Why are they separated?
because my daughter threatened to kill herself and was admitted to Acadia Hospital. And when she
You have
got out
three,
of
right?
there, huh?
You have three altogether.
Well, my oldest is living on his own. She's got two of her own, and I have three of my own.
But how many in this case are involved, like being moved out of the house?
Just the three kids. Her
Okay.
one and our two.
Right. So are your two together?
No,
Why?
because they did not replace her um with her sister.
All right. So whatever ones, two of them should be together. Whatever way it goes, I'm not sure. I'm not picking up how you're, which one is the offending one, but two of those at least, at minimum, should be together.
Yeah, they originally placed the oldest daughter with her stepsister, who was physically abusive towards her.
But why did that
Wait,
one
wait,
not go with the other one?
I They didn't want to place her back where she was mentally unstable, is what they said.
wait. I thought the mentally unstable one is your wife's daughter.
She's my daughter.
Okay. So the one that's 16 years old.
No,
That's you.
the one. No, she's her daughter. My daughter is mentally unstable too. She suffers from PTSD, um,
Okay.
emotional breakdowns, anxiety. She has depression really bad. She has suicidal tendencies.
Wow.
And then your youngest one is okay.
Yeah, she's at a foster home right now where they actually do take care of her. Um, they're
So you have
really
no
good.
problem with that placement then?
Not at the moment, no. They've been really good to her. They do things with her. They keep her updated as far as if something happens. If visitations can't happen, they usually do a Zoom meeting. So they're really good foster parents. I have nothing bad to say about them.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna, you know what, Benny? I'm gonna put you in my book. You're in the book now. All right. Let's start over like I'm a 3-year-old here. You have how many kids that are in
I
the
have
system? Three, you said, right? There's 3 kids in the
three. Yep,
system. That's all to be concerned
three.
about. All right. What are their ages?
Uh, the stepdaughter is 17 now.
Yeah.
Um,
She's the
the
offending.
young
She's the one that made the complaint, correct?
Yes, yep. She's the one that
Okay.
made the allegations,
Yep.
along with the cousin.
No, wait, whoa. Sorry. She didn't make the complaint. She was questioned at the school or something, right?
No, she was questioned when my wife brought her up to get her license
Okay.
against my better judgment. I said no, and her daughter told her I said yes, and she didn't come to me and ask me.
So she's 17.
And she's a stepdaughter. So the
Yep,
17-year-old is a stepdaughter.
yep.
Yeah. And she's the complaint. She said that
And
bad
she's your
things happen.
biological daughter, right?
Nope,
That's Lynn.
that's
She's
Linda.
Yeah.
not your biological daughter.
No,
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the 17-year-old is not your biological daughter. That's your
nope.
wife's daughter.
Yep,
Right. So, and
Good.
that's the one that made the complaint and said you did bad things, right?
yep.
Okay. Now the other kids are how old?
My daughter Trin is 14.
Okay. Is that both of yours or just yours?
It's mine and Lynn's. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the youngest is Arasta. She's 4.
And is that both yours?
Yep.
Okay. Now the 14-year-old is the one that has the mental instabilities too?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Now, regardless, so the 14 and the 4-year-old should be together.
But they're separated due to her being placed in Acadia.
Which is what, a home
What is a
for,
kidia?
Acadia is a hospital for people with psychiatric issues.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why she
Remember,
can't be.
Remember, Vinny, when somebody in Alabama is listening to this or Louisiana, they don't know what a kitty is.
Yeah.
All right. Now Rasta's 4. They're at a safe foster home that you're happy with.
Yeah.
All right. Now the stepdaughter, we're not. She's wherever she is. She's 17. She made a complaint. She did all that. So we're not going to focus on her so much.
Correct. Because she's not never going to come back to this house.
Okay. So then really the only one that we're concerned with right now, because Trent's in care with the state, so that's safe right now and everything's good. And then Rosta's good. She's at a foster home that you care about.
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as the concerns for that, other than the fact that what you need to look to also is permanency, I still would put together a list of people and see if you can't give that to them, and say that in case that they terminate you, this is where I want the kids to go. You want to keep them in your family somehow, or people that you know, or whatever. Now they're not
Yeah.
going to do anybody that's in that house with you. No one's going to be. They're not going to give anybody in that
Well,
house.
I do have my sister because she's not here, my older sister, and she
Okay.
said she'd be gladly to take a Rasta. Not so
Okay.
much Trinity because of her issues, but a Rasta definitely.
Okay, and that's Rasta's sister.
That's yeah, that's Trinity is a Rasta sister.
Okay, so no, the sister that you just talked about. Didn't you just say your other daughter said she'd gladly take Rasta?
No, my sister said she would.
Oh,
Yeah.
your sister. So it's her aunt.
What's your sister's name?
Yeah.
Luann.
Luann.
Lillian?
Luann.
Luann is your sister. And Luann will be willing to take the little one that's in foster care right now.
Yep.
Okay, so where is Luann? What state is she in?
She's in Maine.
Okay, you need to immediately get the papers, write out, just say, look, I want my sister Luann, and this is just going to go to the state. You got to put it to your caseworker. You want to say that my sister Luann wants to have, your sister Luann wants to have Rasta come to her house, because they're going to have to do an investigation. There's going to be some things that they're going to have to do if it's not already too late for you to get her put there. I don't know what the time period is for you to give them that list. But you also, on top of her, you should put another few members of your family in there for the placement of the kids, just in case you're terminated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I don't have anyone else really. Um
okay.
At least not up here anyways. Most of my family's in New York.
Well, what
Okay.
about the ones in New York?
Right. Because what you don't want, Vinny, is if you get terminated, for your kids to get lost in the system and then you have no idea where they are.
Right.
So what about using the names of the ones in New York? What do you got in New York?
I don't have many people I trust anymore. I used to, but my family since my father died has
Dissipated.
yeah.
Because you're going to have to come up with somewhere for Trin to go.
I
Even
mean,
though
we do know someone that's local, and she said she would take her if she had the space, but she doesn't have the space right now.
Okay, well, you could put her name down anyway, because, like I said, you could, Vinny, they could be anywhere in the United States, in the world even. Put down names, because you don't want your kids to end up with strangers that you don't know.
Right.
So you and Lynn need to think hard about some names of some people, whether they're in Tennessee or Okinawa, of some people that you guys would consider people that should take them.
Right.
That's very important, because the well-being of your kids need to come first. Um, so that's one thing that you guys need to work on right there. Um, and then so now we take care of that. That's where the kids are. Second, where are you guys in your court hearing?
We have we haven't even had the Jeopardy hearing.
Okay, you had the 72-hour hearing.
We had the first initial hearing, and that was it.
So you had the one where they found you guys guilty of abuse and neglect, and then that's the one that's the court that tells them that it's okay to start billing for money. 72-hour hearing. So you guys were found guilty there by a preponderance amount of evidence. So they took the kids, and that's the only thing that you've gone to.
Yep.
All right. What? Now, there's a limit to the amount of time that you're supposed to be adjudicated here. And you've been in there for
120
4
days.
months. So 120 days is only 4 months.
Yep, and they're well over that.
That's what their policies say?
Yes.
And you're 9 months.
Yep.
So there's a due process argument right there.
Yep.
You know what? I have the main list right here of how the court hearings go. Did they give you that little book?
What little book?
There's a little book they're supposed to give you. I have right here.
I haven't got no little book.
There's a little book right here.
I haven't gotten nothing in this case. The only way I've gotten anything in my
Very
case
nice.
was out
They're
of
very
the
nice to
criminal.
give you these. They give you a nice little scheduling planner, okay, for them to take
I
your
don't have
kids.
that.
Okay. I think you can get it online. So, Jeopardy here. All right, let's find out when they're supposed to go to Jeopardy. Because it goes PPO, hearing on PPO or case management conference, Jeopardy hearing, judicial review, which you're supposed to have every 6 months, if the Jeopardy's found.
And we haven't even had that. We haven't had the any of that.
Do you have the petition?
The PPO petition? Yeah, I do.
Okay. You have the order with the lawyers appointed and all that, the GAL?
Nope.
You don't have those?
Nope.
Write those down, because those are things that you need. You need the order for the appointment of the lawyer, and you also need the order of the GAL. Because if you don't have those, then that doesn't exist.
Yeah, let me document that.
Where does he get it from?
You get it from. You got to go to the court for that.
Yeah, which I'll probably end up getting Tuesday, more than likely.
No, you got to ask for it.
Yeah, I'm supposed to go to the courthouse Tuesday with my caseworker.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, don't think they're going to give it to you. You got to ask them for it.
All right.
So order for the TV.
You want to see the? Do you want the appointments? The appointment documents of the GAL and the attorneys.
Okay. Got that.
Right. I'm trying to see what the time frame is on this here.
I know on the main website it says 120 days.
If the court finds that the jeopardy does exist or you agree to jeopardy, the court will issue a jeopardy order within 120 days after filing the petition. But between the jeopardy hearing and the petition, there's supposed to be a case management conference.
And there hasn't been.
Which the case management conference is just to say where we're at, what's going on. Like, have you guys been ordered to do any services or anything yet?
She was ordered by them to do counseling, a drug assessment, and they wanted her to do a non-offending parent class.
Why was she doing a drug assessment?
Because we both have our marijuana cards.
Then you're obviously doing drugs, so why do you need an assessment?
I don't know.
That's legal by the state of Maine. First of all, the judge did not order those things.
Nope.
So you don't have to do them.
None of it's been court ordered.
So then you don't do a damn thing.
But
Right.
did you sign that? What do you call that thing you sign?
Safety plan.
What's the
But
thing
yeah,
you sign? You,
But the
you,
She
you,
signed the
doesn't
safety
exist
plan.
anymore because the kids have been taken, so that's null and void.
Yep.
oh,
The safety plan is created so that you can keep your kids in your house. So they
okay,
give you a safety plan so that they, like it's conditions for you, the kids, to remain safe in your home, things that you'll
okay,
do to abide by, and so on and so forth.
okay. But did you sign the safety plan?
I did not.
Did your wife sign the safety plan?
Yep.
Okay, that's the reason why they're asking her to do all those classes and everything else.
Were
But the
those on
kids
the
are not in the home.
okay? So those were on the safety plan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the
Either
reason
way,
why
now,
they're asking her. That's the
right,
reason why they're asking her to do all that stuff. But the
yeah,
kids are not in the house anymore.
right. So
Right.
those are obsolete. So
And then they wanted me to do the same thing, but I never signed their safety plan. So I already had counsel. I've already done counseling on my own. I'm still in counseling to this day. I see a
good.
really good psychologist. She's awesome. Um,
Now, okay, hold on. Will your psychologist write you a letter of recommendation or whatever? Will she say that you're in services and that you're not a threat and any of that stuff?
oh yeah,
Okay, you need to get that right away.
I already have my file from that.
Right.
I get
You
it
have, you have
every.
an actual letter written by her that says that you are not a threat to those children, that she doesn't worry about you being a parent. She has no qualms with you being there, yada, yada, yada.
I have everything with my case in it.
Do you have a letter from that
No, I don't
psychologist?
have the actual letter yet, but I
And you
can
need
get
to
it.
have her ask her to write you a letter of recommendation, or write her a letter of some sort explaining to them how she feels that you fit into this role and why that they're wrong or whatever she recommends. You need to get that right away. Because what you don't want to do is go into a case management conference or a Jeopardy hearing and have them unload all this shit on you, and then you have nothing to back yourself up. Whereas if you went in and you have a letter from your counselor that says that this is malarkey, she's been with you for X amount of time, yada yada yada, all this stuff, then you have something to back you up. You need to start thinking about protecting you and Lynn now. Like, this is what this is about, because they're going to come at you with the books, man.
So since they're going to come after him with the book, shouldn't he have an advocate with him?
I would recommend it. I don't know. I know Maine has a CASA. Um, so I mean, might be you might want to look into that, or um, I think it definitely behoove you. I mean, shit.
You can't walk in there by yourself, Vinny. They will throw circles around you. You won't even know what happened.
Well, I mean, they tried to hold the Jeopardy hearing when I was in jail, and they tried to throw circles around me, and that's when my attorney pulled me to the side in a conference between ourselves and said, "You need to fire me so they can hold this meeting." And he had me
You
fire him.
mean fire your criminal attorney?
No, my court appointed attorney for
So
the
Oh,
okay,
court
okay.
CPS.
So,
appointed attorney. Okay,
did
but
she go to a Jeopardy hearing?
No, she hasn't yet either.
But you were going to have a Jeopardy hearing,
They were going to hold one without me having an attorney.
but you had an attorney and you said to fire him.
Yep.
So how are they going to hold one without you having an attorney?
Because she had an attorney and they were going to hold one on her. The same way they did to me without her present.
But your
I'm
attorneys weren't
conf-
doing it on your behalf.
He's the one that told me to fire him, and because he goes, I know you wanted this held with her present, and they're violating that right now. So he gave me two options. He's like, we can proceed, or you can fire me, and they have to discontinue this case until a later date.
They have to discontinue the hearing.
Yep.
so they discontinued the hearing.
Yep.
So they did order it then.
Yep.
So now it's a rescheduling thing.
Yep.
So
But
then they did follow
it states that they cannot put off the Jeopardy hearing or a case management hearing even though there are not attorneys present.
But that was done by you to prevent them from having that hearing without an attorney present.
Yep.
So then you can't go against they. I don't think that's against their policies and procedures because that was done by you. You see what I'm
But
saying?
the judge even said
Why
that
was Lynn's? Hold on. Why was Lynn's canceled?
because she fired her attorney.
Was she told to fire her attorney too?
No, she fired her attorney for no communication.
Oh,
Now, did you put in orders to the judge to withdraw them?
They did.
The attorneys put in a motion to withdraw.
Yep. And I have Lynn's motion to withdraw.
Now they haven't appointed you new attorneys yet.
Nope. And this has
did
been
you?
3 months now. They haven't appointed me an
Yeah, they
attorney.
haven't appointed, but did you inquire about? Hey,
I,
what? Hey, you forgot
I
about me?
called the courthouse and asked when I was going to be receiving a new attorney. And she told me, the clerk told me that they don't have any available right now.
Right. There's only 160 in the whole state.
Yep.
Um, Man, that's a bummer, man, because that would have been a failure. That would have been a lack of due process, also. And I think because you fired them, brother, to do that, that was a move. That was an offensive move. I think that they're going to consider that a. I don't know where to go from there. But why did they have? They had no case management conference prior to that. Why?
They haven't. They haven't held one at all. Not one.
What's up with your criminal charges?
Nothing right now. I go to court in August, and that's supposedly when they're supposed to make an offer. And my attorney's saying there is no offer that we're
Right.
accepting.
You're 100% positive you're going to win that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything's based off of hearsay. There's no physical evidence, no physical proof.
Did you do what I asked you? Did you need to make sure you put her on your witness list?
Yeah, I put a thing into my attorney about it.
Because that way you can ask whatever questions that you want to ask. Because otherwise he's just up for cross-examination, which means that you can only question off of what the questions that they asked are.
Yeah.
When you said you put a thing into your attorney, what did you put in?
I sent him an email.
Do you know if he got the email?
He does. Oh yeah, he responds to me.
Okay.
He seems to be like the only one in this entire case that actually responds. And it's always been that way. And even the courts won't answer any direct questions unless I show up in person.
Well, yeah, they won't. What are the accusations? So they have failure to protect on Lynn, right?
Yeah.
What did they substantiate you based on? What are their charges?
Hold on. I can pull that up for you.
Were you both substantiated?
I don't know if she fully was or not. But for me,
You were found to the highest degree?
yeah. Trying to find this initial. Okay, so theirs is right here. They are trying to charge me with a Class C felon of sexual abuse of a minor, Class B felon, gross sexual assault, Class B felon, gross sexual assault, ADM, Um, and then where's this other one? They had like, oh, violation of a protection from abuse order, Class D misdemeanor.
Would you say UDM
What's
on
up?
that other one?
It's a ADM.
ADM. What's the protection thing?
That was with my parents. They
Which
have
way? You had
the
to
ones
stay
that
away from them, or they stay away from you.
I was supposed to stay away from them, and I did. But they tried to say that I was on the property here. Back when the CPS kicked me out of where I was staying with my wife and the kids. Um, and I was out here on the road, which is a public way, and I got a ride because my friend came and picked me up. So I waited out on a public way, and they said I violated the protection order.
The protection order give a usually a lot of times protection orders have
Yeah,
certain amount
it
of
said I
feet,
could not.
yards, or
Yep,
miles.
it said I could not enter the premises of the property, which the premises of the property is the end of the driveway, which I never stepped foot on.
The police arrive.
They came here and did not find me.
So when they came, you were gone.
Yeah, I was already gone. I
So that means
got
it's their word. It's your word, their word against your word, because they're going to
right,
say you were on the property,
right,
and you weren't there to say you were not on the property.
right. I was 2 to 3 hours away.
At the time. But at the
Yep,
time you were in front of their house, you were there, but not
yep,
on the property.
right.
But you can't prove you were not on the property.
No,
Was anybody with you?
no, I was by myself.
Did you say hello to somebody? Was anybody in the street you could talk to? Hey, how you doing, Robert?
The
Was
only one
anybody
I could
around?
the only one I could talk to was my mother because she didn't have the PFA against her. It was
So who
against
called the head? Who called the cops?
my sister, my baby sister.
Well, that's a nice sister.
Yeah, she's a piece of work. That one.
Is
She's the
that
one
the
that let.
sister?
No,
Is that
she's my youngest one. She's the one that let CPS in the house to take my kids without a court order.
What? Oh wow, that looks good. So your little sister called.
Yep.
Did your parents say that you were on the property?
No, they did not.
So there's no complaint to you actually being on the property other than your little sister calling.
Yep.
So you
were your
should be able to
parents
beat
there
that.
at the time?
Yeah.
Were your parents there at the time?
Yeah, they were.
So can
How's
your
it going,
parents
Jonathan?
attest to the fact? Can your parents attest to the fact that you were not on the property?
Yes, they can. Yep.
All right.
Oh, then you have a witness. Then you have a
Yep.
witness. Remember, I kept saying, do you have a witness to say that you were not on the property?
Yeah, my parents.
Okay.
Well, that's what you
Well,
got, Vinny.
that's right.
That's what you got to use. That's your witnesses.
Right. Okay. And then the other stuff is going to be hearsay, no physical evidence, no nothing. You win that stuff.
Jonathan said hello to us, guys.
Hello, Jonathan.
Jonathan. So basically here this is where we're at, is that since you fired your attorneys to move that jeopardy hearing, I don't know if they're under the obligation now to reschedule in a timely manner.
They are. Oh, it's Ashley.
Oh, hello, Ashley. They are. That's
Hello,
a fact.
Ashley.
Yeah, when I fired my attorney, the whatever she was, I don't know if she was an actual judge. I think she was more or less a magistrate.
Yeah.
Told them that they needed to reschedule it within a timely manner because it is well past the 120-day mark.
Now, did the judge or the magistrate say that there'd be any penalties for that?
I don't know.
Man, mm,
Still no phone.
I'm trying to see what I'm doing some research here. Okay. Was there a continuance done?
I do not know, to be honest.
Well, you don't have another date, right?
No, I don't right now. Nope.
Should he have another date, Darren?
I'm thinking that maybe his lawyers should have filed for a continuance, or they need to, because see, the problem is now, Vinny, is everybody's waiting for you to make a move.
Well,
When
I
you-
made the move. I did file we did file the motion to dismiss.
Right. Okay.
And then Friday I filed the motion for visitation.
You should also file a continuance too. Because what this tells me right here is that if the delay is the agency's fault and it substantially prejudices the parents' rights, the case could be dismissed. But you did that. So I don't know how that lies. The parents might have grounds to file a motion to compel a hearing or challenge the delay on a procedural grounds, but you can't do that because you guys did this. And it says if the child is still in foster care, a dependency proceeding could be initiated to determine long-term care arrangements, which they've already done. They put your kids in there. So Jesus, man, I think a continuance is.
And you don't have an attorney.
Nope. Neither one of us have an attorney. That's why this case is so like it I don't know. It's like all over the place.
Well, it's not really all over the place. It's just a lot of things hanging in limbo because you don't have anybody on your side moving through the motions. How long ago did you fire your attorney?
3 months ago.
So you've had 3 months of nothing happening other than DHS just having possession of your kids.
Yep.
I think you should follow what Darren said about getting an advocacy person to help you out with all the ins and outs. There's a lot of things you probably are not aware of, Vinny.
Because what they're doing, man, all they're doing is staging. They're going to say that you weren't doing anything for those 3 months. They're just building a case of abandonment against you.
Yep.
That's what they're doing. And
Well,
they'll get it.
The advocate would know that, and the advocate will tell you what things to do, what things not to do, and how to do it. That's why you need an advocate person working with you.
Right.
Since you don't have an attorney.
No, he doesn't have an attorney, but I'm talking about an advocacy person.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Since he doesn't have an attorney and they can't give him one, absolutely he needs to get an advocacy person because he's got to have someone on his side.
Yeah, for sure.
Just gonna railroad him.
Somebody on his side that knows the system.
Yep. Well, I mean, I do got my caseworker. He knows the system a little bit.
Your caseworker.
Yeah, I have a case manager through Spurwink Services.
Yeah, but
this person knows about these.
Yeah.
This person knows about.
No, he's separate. He was not court ordered or any of that. I set him up for myself.
Okay, so
what does he know about DHS?
A lot. A hell of a lot.
Why isn't he doing anything?
So was it?
He's
Yeah. Why is he not giving you
he's the
guidance?
he is. He's trying to help me get my files right now.
That's the least of the things you need to worry about. You don't want the court to sanction you for causing delays. Already it looks bad on you because now you're holding up the court process because you fired your attorneys. You gotta be careful about this stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Um, you might just need to file what the hell is that motion called? A clarification motion to clarify to find out what the hell and where you're at.
Yeah, I think that was in my next paperwork to figure out. Because I've been looking through the codes and procedures to figure out what they are for that.
You shouldn't have to figure it out. You said you got somebody that knows this stuff.
Yeah, but I get hold of him, but he's not available all the time either, so it makes it hard. I've done a lot of everything on my own, and like from the beginning, I have every single email ever sent or received. I documented all of it and even was sending it to the court so they could see.
But there's a lot of nothing happening.
Yeah, there isn't, and it's all based on hearsay.
Right, but what they can get you for at this point, I won't reiterate this and reiterate it again. If they
Is
get you for
abandonment.
abandonment, it's over.
Yeah.
Game
Yeah.
over. So you need to not just notify the court, you need to be getting your ass in that court and filing stuff. You know, like I can help you with some of it. But you don't want that to come through and that abandonment happens.
Yeah.
Because then that's the end of the game.
Which is why I filed a motion for visitation, because there is no motion stating that I cannot see my children.
Right. See, that's their fault. So if you can get that through to them and make that happen, then that's awesome. Because then that time period that you haven't seen your daughter or whatever, then that won't matter.
Right.
So.
And they will receive that on Monday morning. So.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you got a whole bunch of looming stuff that's just sitting here. I'd hate to see you lose a case of all hearsay based on losing your kids anyway, based on hearsay because of procedural stuff, you know?
Yeah.
In the meantime, CPS is just doing whatever they want with you.
Yep.
So I don't know. I mean, I think what we talked about is probably the direction that you need to go, brother. And I think that's it.
We lose you, Herbert?
No, I'm here. Herbert's here.
Oh.
Herb's in the house. Yeah, I think that's all you can. I mean, if everything's hearsay, why is your criminal attorney not asking to dismiss that case?
That's what I haven't understood with him. And he says the same thing, that it's based off of hearsay, coercion, and witness tampering.
Well, he's the attorney. Why is he not doing something?
I don't know. I've argued with him.
That's why.
Yeah.
And this case is already bad as it is.
Yep.
You know, those accusations against you, man, are huge.
Yeah, they're 10 to 30, 35 years to life.
Well, I'd be more scared of what people hear about that. I mean, the damage that they're already doing to you is enough.
It's already been out to the news channel, so like
the man. So Once they dismiss this, you need to go after the news channels to sue their asses.
Oh, that's already. I already filed a paper on the news channel lady for defamation of character,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a
You filed it,
pre thing to a lawsuit.
Right.
and you
You have to
filed
go.
that with who? Through an attorney?
Yes. Yep. And I've been talking to the ACLU,
Oh, there you go.
so I'm trying to get them on board as well with this case. Have you guys looked at some of the Sean McMillan out of San Diego? He's an attorney that fights
Yes.
CPS.
Caps,
He has a top
caps
of
guy, caps and
deposit.
stems. Caps and stems. The caps and stems dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I haven't actually. Um, but it's hard to get attorneys from other states in Maine because they have to have a Maine bar license up here.
They can travel. They can do. Oh my God, my brain's not working. It's like a cool sounding name. Levici something. Vici. Oh my God, what is it called? Um, what's it called? Um, they have to come up here and they have a licensed attorney from this state sponsor them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vici. Have Vici.
That's true, Ash. Yeah, that's true.
Another state.
I wonder if he's got a TikTok. Because there's some platforms I'm not even on. So, like, I even tried the Vincent Davis show, and I had my story put
Yeah,
out
Pro
there
Hack
on that.
Vici. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pro Hack Vici.
Yeah, I don't trust any attorneys either. I don't even trust my civil attorney, my criminal attorney that much.
Well, I don't know, Vinny. That's where I'm at with this one, but I'm going to sign out. Good luck. Good rest of the show. Give me a call later on, and if you want help with any of this stuff, I will help you. But I think that's the direction that you got to go, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Herbert, have a good day. I will talk to you guys later on.
Later on, man.
Okay.
All right. Peace
Okay.
out.
All right. So that's the story, Vinny.
Yeah.
You got some homework to do, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. Vincent W. Davis is in it for the money. Yeah. Most of them are, Ash. A lot of these attorneys just want to take your money and run. And they don't
That's
want to do
correct.
anything to help you in cases.
That's right. That's why you want an advocacy person. They take little to nothing to help you.
That's why I'm talking to the ACLU because they're an advocate.
Okay. Have they assigned somebody to you?
I haven't heard anything back yet.
Oh, you haven't heard anything back. So you're really not in communication with them.
They had me send them some information and told me I should be hearing within the next week or so. So
Oh, when did you send this? Last week?
send you a link.
No, when did you send it to them? Last week? You said they said you hear from them within a week or so. When
Yep.
did you send something to them?
Last week.
Last month or last week?
Last week.
Okay.
Darren, I know you can hear us. Can you send Ashley a link? Okay. But yeah, they said within this coming week, so I'm hoping to hear something soon.
Okay.
But I'm also waiting to hear back from the court too, so there is that as well. I don't know how much
Don't,
time they have to review the
don't wait.
dismissal.
Don't wait. Call them every day. Call them every other day. Don't wait.
They still don't answer me because even if I've called them a few times to ask them if they received my paperwork, and they've told me over the phone they cannot tell me anything that they've received over the phone.
How far is the court?
An hour and a half.
Take the drive.
I can't.
Oh, you have no one to take you?
No, I'm under house arrest.
But you don't have an ankle bracelet on.
But I have to let them know if I'm going out or I'm going to work. They have to have 24 hours in advance notice.
So give them 24 hours advance notice and then go to court.
I mean, I could do that, but it's hard because
Why?
she works all the time, and the 2 days that she has off, she has visitations, and I'm not allowed to go there.
Visitations with your children.
Yep,
Okay. So how long is her visitations?
2 hours.
Okay. And what time does she go for visitations?
She leaves here at 6 in the morning, and visitations start at 9 o'clock.
10, 11. She's out by 11 o'clock. Then she
And
could
she's home.
come home, right?
But she's never home on time. She's always back after 4 o'clock.
Where she goes to work between 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock?
No, she doesn't. I don't know what she does. She says she stops here, she stops there. It doesn't make any sense to me, Herbert. It really doesn't. I
Okay.
know how
Okay.
long.
So why don't you just tell her on such and such date, I would like you to take me to court?
It's hard with her because she's never back here when she says she's going to be back here.
So let's not rely on her. Do we have somebody else with a car?
Not within the house that can take me there. No.
No, outside of the house. Friends, neighbors,
What friends?
somebody who you could give $20 of gas.
No, I have no friends. My neighbors barely ever talk to me.
You're
I'm
working now at at your new job. Make
Yep.
friends at your new job. Develop somebody that has a car that you could give them $20 for gas or $25 for gas to take you there. This is brand new people, brand new person that you're just meeting at your job. I'm sure
Right.
they like to have the gas money, and then you don't have to spend money for Uber.
Actually, I think Darren's going to try to get you that link.
He's going to get me what link?
Oh, I'm talking to Ashley because she wanted a link to be able to come in. I'm just waiting to see her pop up here.
Did you get the information you're trying to get?
What?
You
Which
said you were trying to get
information?
information from Ashley.
Oh, she's got the link, so we're just waiting for her to
Oh,
join him.
okay.
We're waiting for her to pop up. I guess.
Okay, I'm still here. I popped out, but I'm still here. You gotta make friends, man. You gotta make friends so you can have that transportation and have contacts and have people and have things.
I used to have tons of friends, but over the years I backed away from certain people because I was kept here in the house 24/7. I mean, I was the at-home parent. I didn't go out. I didn't socialize. I didn't have any kind of friend relationships with anybody.
I get that, but now we gotta start developing. You get a new job. You meet new people. So now develop new friends.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
And those
I
new
have a few people I talk to, but some of them don't have reliable enough cars for me to even ask them to go that far. Um, that's why I'm hoping that my case manager will help me get up that way because I can go with him. Um, because that would be like an appointment. So with him, it's different than with someone else. You get what I'm
How many
saying?
miles is it? How many miles is it again?
It's an hour and a half to 2 hours from here.
Oh, it's a good 2 hour drive.
Yeah.
Wow. What about public transportation?
They only do appointments which are medical only.
Public transportation does appointments?
For what I have, yeah, through my main care, it's only done through medical only.
No, I said public. Like,
Oh, I ain't touch
bus, train.
you wouldn't be able to afford a taxi or anything like that up here. Let
No,
me
that's
tell
not
you that.
public. I'm talking about bus. Do they have, I see, I don't know the state. Do they have buses or trains?
Not locally, no.
Oh, okay. That's what I mean by public transportation.
Yeah, no.
Wow. So you're
Actually,
out
we're
there.
waiting on you to pop up here, Dallin.
You're out there in the sticks. Like, you're out there in the woods.
Um,
Do you have an app
Ashley,
up there?
can you drop your number in here, Ashley? Yeah, Uber. Yeah, we have Ubers up here too, but um,
No, no. I was going to ask you. Do you have an app up there called Nextdoor?
I don't know if we do or not.
If you go into your cell phone, go into Play Store and see if you have Nextdoor
I'll have to look and see later. My
all over
phone,
the nation. Because if you
my
have a
phone's charging.
Nextdoor,
My phone's
eh,
charging right now. It died,
no,
so
not now, not now, later on. Because if you have a Nextdoor, you can go in there, partially tell your story and say, I need ride to the court. Dealing with CPS case, and I really need somebody to help me out. You'd be surprised how many people will come out of the woodwork.
yeah. See, but that's the difference, Ashley. This courthouse is 2 hours away from where I live currently. It's not in the same jurisdiction county where my
No,
criminal case is out of.
no, what I'm talking about with next door, you may have somebody that lives around the corner from you that goes there every day because they work there.
I doubt it. I don't know too many people that travel to Augusta on a day-to-day basis.
That's what you don't know. But on next door, they'll pop out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Next door is something that it's a social media thing that people belong to, and you'd be surprised the people that will pop out of the woodwork. So you're thinking from your level, what you know and what you don't know. What you don't know, you might have a CIA agent that lives within a half mile from you. You don't know that.
I don't know if Darren can still hear us. Darren, she said she needs that without spacing or whatever because it sent it to her wrong or whatever. least I figured out the controls anyways. That's kind of,
No, you said you wrote it down?
yeah.
Yeah, don't try to memorize it. After you do the show numerous times, you'll have it memorized.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be implanted in my mind.
Yeah, because this time you did it, you lucked out pushing the
Yep.
right buttons, but you got to remember what buttons you pushed. You should have it
Yeah.
written down so you don't have to remember. Then you got to let everybody know what time you're going to come on.
Yeah, I got to figure out a set time to
Yes.
actually do it.
Yes. Yes.
Which probably will, next Saturday will probably be the same time, probably 7 o'clock. I think I'm gonna start it. I think that'd be a good time because it gives us that from 8 to 9 time frame.
So you got to let people know that.
Let me put that in the box down here. Next Saturday.
Do you have a large supermarket near you?
I do. I have a few.
Because I was
All right.
going to say you should put up flyers in the supermarket about your show and tell people how to come on. And put it on
Yeah.
they usually have a public board.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So you
I
need to
want
put that up on the public board.
I also want to get it so that way I can I'm gonna talk to Darren about it. Get it so because I can share, I think I have a way of sharing it out to my friends on TikTok. So I got to get it connected to my TikTok so that way when I do the show, I can automatically send the copy linked to them so they can view it. So I need the actual direct link from the YouTube channel. So I have to go on and grab that.
Okay.
Still waiting on Ashley to pop up here.
Okay.
Ashley, is that link working for you? Just wondering.
If not, I can get off and send Ashley the link you sent me.
Well, she has she's using her boyfriend's phone, I think.
I don't care. I just need a phone number.
You're funny, Ash. Let's see if this works. Ash, I'm gonna try to see if this will actually put this in here to you. I don't know if it will. Do you see the link? I don't know if it showed up or not. It should. It keeps hiding the number. There is no number. It's just HTTPS, the 2 dots, / studio dot restream dot io /pec jrcs ayv. Oh, here we go. Someone just popped in. There's Ashley. All right, let's get you out here, Ash. You there, Ashley?
Hey,
Hey, I freaking figured something out and how to work it.
Ah, yeah, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can
Yeah,
hear you.
Oh, yay. I can barely hear you guys. Hold on, maybe it's my Bluetooth.
I can hear you, Ashley.
There we go. Way better.
I
Okay,
can hear you,
finally,
Ashley.
I'm able to get online even though I don't have my phone. Can you see me? No?
You
Nope,
gotta
you
turn
gotta.
your camera on.
Oh, crap. I think his camera thing is broke on his phone.
It's at the bottom of your screen.
He
It should
just
show
bought
up.
it and dropped it. Mm, mm, mm.
Is there a red line through the camera at the bottom? Oh, there you go. You almost came in.
Yep.
Is there still a red line at the
Still has
bottom?
the red line through it.
Okay, touch it again.
Yeah, no, I'm pushing it and nothing
No,
happened.
don't push it. Just touch it and let it go. There's a delay. Once you touch it, there's like a 2-second delay.
Yeah. Before it brings you in. Yeah.
Like just touch, let go. I saw something pink pop up and disappear.
Yeah, I
Who
seen it
knows
too.
with this phone, man? Oh, my
Well,
face
at least we can hear you.
Oh, that's from not the top.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, you good. You good. The camera's on. Now, the camera itself may be covered with something.
All right.
Is there a cloth over it or something over it?
I keep hitting it.
There's
You're on
something over this. Okay, now you disappeared. You turned the camera off. It was on, but you turned it
Yeah.
off.
Yep. Yeah,
Anyway,
because I see her. I can see her in the back room
so
there. And
it's about your situation, Vinny. You say that
You went on and you went off that quick.
it might be your internet connection too.
No, she said the
app
camera
is not
dropped or something.
retarded.
It just looks like something's over the lens. Okay, now it's on. It's on. It's on. But now it looks like something is covering the camera lens. Up, it's off. Well, don't worry about the camera. Just talk.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Ashley, don't worry about the camera. Just talk. We can hear you. She's still there?
I think she mute. No, she didn't mute herself. She might have had to refresh, maybe. Yeah, because now it says that. Yeah, she probably has to refresh it. She's having technical issues. I don't see her back yet. But at least,
Because she doesn't have to show up. She could just, camera off and talk.
yeah. I mean,
I
as long
turn
as
the
we can
turn.
hear.
I turn my camera off if I'm moving around the house, so it doesn't show the busyness of me moving around, and then I turn it back on when I'm stable.
Yeah. But I found some discrepancies in this case myself, especially with the AAG's report.
Yeah, I understand that, but
Which I
again,
did put on the motion for dismissal. I explained a little bit to them, not much. I didn't go into full detail, but I did explain what they are contradicting in this report because it didn't make any sense. It was all garbage.
I understand. How many cases have you done so far?
Um, this
None.
is none. Yeah,
This is your case.
yeah,
So that's why you got to get with people who have done numerous cases and have background in situations, because they're going to
right.
compare your situation to somebody else that may be similar and say, okay, I handled a case like this once before. This is how we did it.
Yeah, yeah. I've been bouncing some off of. There's like 3 other people that are experiencing the same kind of issues
Yeah,
as to
but those
my
three
case.
other people, have they had any results?
Um, I mean, the one that was able to get her whole um report, even off of their Katahdin report, she pulled that, so she was able to get the information. And she
If
explained to
you
me
were
how
able to get that information Monday, what would you do with it?
then I'd be able to draft up the actual correct motions to everything.
Have you drafted motions before?
We've drafted quite a few. I did the one for dismissal in my criminal case on my own. I also drafted a motion to amend,
Uh-huh.
and we drafted the visitation motion.
Uh-huh.
What are you in the bathroom, Herbert?
Yeah, I'm over here, That's why I try to turn things off.
I don't see Ashley back yet, so I think we lost her. We're almost at that 2 hour mark anyways, I think. I don't know how long we can stream for. Darren didn't really tell me.
And I am here to share an important message with you. Remember, every minute in the USA, a child is taken by CPS. Watch CPS Victims Hunting Justice every Monday through Friday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time to learn about the destruction of families. Join us on this journey as we shine a light on the struggles and seek justice for those affected by CPS intervention. Together, let us raise awareness and work towards creating a better future for our children and families. Tune in to CPS Victims Hunting Justice and stand with us in the fight for a fair and just child protection system.
And we're back after a short emission.
Okay. Yeah, while I'm talking to you, I'm trying to go around the house here and clean up things in the bathroom, the hallway, other places,
I
I'm
hear you.
trying to be productive and do things.
Darren, how long do we have the stream for there, dude?
As long as you want.
Oh, really?
Yep. Do whatever you want, man.
No, okay. So,
How can we reach out to Ashley again?
Um, she was in there for a minute.
yeah,
I'll
she
hit
was
her up.
here, and I don't know what happened to her.
Ashley.
Did you get a hold of Mandy and them
When?
to let them know that we were live? Because she said she was going to come on the show tonight.
Let's see where she is. She's Martin's around. I know that they had gone and done something earlier. I'll send her a
While
link right
you
now. Hold on.
talking to Darren, I'm gonna pop off and I'll be right back on.
All right, Herbert.
Let me send it to Mandy right now.
So, is there actually procedure codes for that thing, Darren?
What's that, bud?
For that motion you were telling me about?
I don't know if there's actual procedure codes for what, the motion to compel or the motion to clarify.
Yeah, the motion to clarify.
Let me see.
Because I know they like to have their statutes for that.
Let's see what it is. Motion to clarify. Well, I'll be glad when I'm done law school, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yay. Law school. Was that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm almost done. Let's see. Pro se motion for clarification. Hold on. Main. Because what that will do is motion to clarify is a request to a court to explain something that is unclear or vague, but not to change a judgment. For example, California family law, a motion to clarify can ask the court to explain a previous order that party doesn't understand. In Texas, a motion to clarify might specify an alleged error or ambiguity in a contract and include proposed language to correct it. You're asking for the motion to clarify because you don't even know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
And
No.
you guys have canceled that other thing. Main. Pro se.
Yeah, because there is no real clarification in this case. Really.
Correct.
And for them not to even hold the 6-month review is kind of ridiculous.
Well, here's the thing. They have to hold those reviews so that they can get funding. The funding from Title IV is dependent on those hearings. So if they're receiving funds for your children, which they probably are because they got 2 of them in mental situations, so that's extra money, then they're definitely taking Title IV funding, and that's fraud.
Yeah, because my daughter is in counseling, and she sees her med management as well.
Yep.
And then Arasta gets her pediatric appointment.
Right, but they're not following the guidelines. So if they're lying, they're not, because those judicial hearings are what gives them the money.
Yeah, and they're not doing their
That
judicial
validates that they're following their procedures.
and they're not.
Correct, because you're not even going to the judge.
Right.
Let's see. Motion main law upholds sanctions against pro se motions for clarification. You representing yourself in court. So first of all, if you're going to represent yourself in court, you need to file that you're going to represent yourself.
Yeah, you got to file the motion.
Here you go. I just found a really cool link. I never knew that this existed. Oh, wow. I never knew about this.
There's also another thing that can be done too.
Wow, this is a really cool thing, man. I'm going to put this up in the things here. This is really cool. This is a really cool. Well, I mean, it's not going to do any good for anybody else, but it'll do good for us in Maine.
Yeah, throw it up.
Check this out right here.
Legislative Maine docket. Ooh. Oops. That. Huh. Oh, I think Herbert's back. He is.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Herbert.
Okay, Ashley, come back in.
No, we haven't seen her yet.
Okay. So we don't know what happened to her, and you don't have her phone number. Can Darren give you her phone number so you can call?
I had her number, but she broke her phone, so
Oh. What about her boyfriend's number?
I don't have his. No.
Oh.
That's interesting, Darren.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Never seen this before.
I wonder if all the states have that.
Feedback.
Yep.
Practice law free trial.
Let me try this.
Book for Maine lawyers, volume 4. Hardbound ebook.
Oh yeah, did you reach out to Carrie and give her my number because she's got information?
I don't. Did I? I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Hold on a minute. Let me look. Oh wow. Oh, really cool. Wow, this is awesome. Here's another one, dude. This is what the bar, being a member of the bar, gives you this stuff, man. I finally have my bar number. I'm a member of the bar.
Put that up there just so Herbert can see it. Herbert, you see those? Oh, I think we lost him again. Yeah, so have you talked to Michael about coming onto the show?
I have. He said that he's going to continue watching and yada yada yada, and he'll be on at some point. I think it was the last time I talked to him.
I'm gonna reach out to him later on as well. What about what do you think of Malibu Dallas?
I like Malibu, and I are very good friends.
I like a lot of his.
We're business partners together.
I like a lot of his information that he's got.
Yeah, He's a good dude. He's been on my show a couple of times. I actually have a great interview with him. Let me see here. I'll play some of it. It was just a one-on-one with him and I. Let me see here. If you want to see some of it.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to hear what he had to say.
Okay. Yeah. No, him and I and Jess formed a company for a little while. And then,
Yeah. I talked to Jess on a daily, so yep. I know Jessica very well. I go on her lives all the time.
Oh, is she doing lives now?
Yeah, she does lives on TikTok. Yep.
Yeah, I just talked to her the other day.
Yeah, she's good people's.
Yes, she is.
And her Aunt Judy is too.
I don't know who Aunt Judy is. You're talking about Malibu's Jess, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she's having one hell of a fight trying to get her niece and nephew or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Where is it here?
No video feed, Herbert. There you go. I see you're back, Mr. Herbert.
Yeah, I'm back. I heard Darren said feedback. Just to educate you, if you ever hear echoing sound, it might be my phone. So if you say Herb feedback, then what I do is I turn my phone off and turn it back on again.
Okay.
So if you hear echoing sound, don't just let it keep going on. If I'm on, it may be me. If I'm not on, it might be somebody else. But if I'm on, it may very well be me. And all you have to do is just say Herb feedback. Once you say Herb feedback, then you'll see I'll immediately go off the phone and come back on again.
Okay. I want to see if I can pull someone onto the show. See here.
Where is this here?
I was hoping that my friend Crystal would have joined us, because she's kind of dealt with CPS.
Oops.
Let me see if I can get Chris on here with us. Let's see.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Actually, I know. Where is he? I have a friend that kind of understands everything that's been going on. I'm gonna kind of send him an invite.
Can you call him on the phone?
I can. I just sent him a message
I
because
think you should call him on the phone. Talk to him and see if he wants to come on. Then send him an invite. If you send him a text, he might be mowing the lawn. He's not going to see the text. But if he has the phone, he'll answer the phone.
No, he answers me all the time. I don't have
Good.
to worry about that with him.
Good. Then call him. Call him on the phone. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Where the hell is this?
I gotta get this phone call. Hold on.
All right.
Sucks.
Imagine what this is almost like a reality show. This isn't even it's not even a thing, you know? It's funny.
What is?
This
Oh,
show.
the
It's just kind of like a hangout type of. Let's see here.
I gotta find that thing that I was gonna read off. Because I did find something the other day. Let me find this real quick. Um, okay, right here. Title 14 S 3136 Contempt. Whenever a judge, debtor, or any other person fails to comply with a court order entered pursuant to this chapter, except an order against a um whatever, it allows you to hold them in contempt, and that includes a judge.
Oh yeah.
And then it states right here, in Maine, a motion for visitations may be filed in a family matter case. The person filing the case is called the plaintiff. The court may consider issues such as violations during a divorce or child related matter. For example, if one party fails to follow a court order regarding visitation, the other party may need to return to the court to enforce the order. Here are some types of motions that can be filed in family matter cases in Maine. A motion to modify. The motion can be filed to change or modify any order or parental rights in responsibilities or divorce. A substantial change in circumstance is required to file this motion, such as a change in financial circumstances or relocation of parent. And then Title 42 U.S. Code S12203 prohibits against retaliation, which I was arrested under retaliation because I served the department, every single one of them, under color of law, and that's when the warrant for my arrest was issued.
Oh really?
Yeah, oh yeah, that very same day. My
Wow.
attorney looked it up.
That's crazy.
There was no arrest warrant out for me until that point.
I'll be back again. I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right. And then I found this. No person shall discriminate against any individual because such individual has opposed an act of practice made unlawful by this chapter, or because such individuals made a charge, testified, assist, or participated in any manner in any investigation, proceeding, or hearing under this chapter.
Huh.
And then Maine has its own what's called the Freedom of Access Act, FOAA, grants the people
Yeah,
of
that's
this
a
state.
FOIA.
Yep. It grants the people of this state access to public records while protecting legitimate governmental interests and privacy rights of individual citizens. Then in the what is section 16 of the Maine Constitution, it states section 16, every citizen has a right to keep and bear arms, and this right shall never be questioned. You heard that right? Never be questioned.
Yeah, I think that the Maine sheriffs actually fought against that rule for the people.
Yeah. Um, I also found this. This was in someone's thing that I saw. The Administration Procedure Act requires courts to exercise independent judgment in deciding whether an agent has acted willfully in the statute of authority, and the court may not defer to agency inter, interpre, interpretation of law simply because the statute is ambiguous, and this is due to the Chevron overruled. So it's
Say
basically
that again?
stating that the administration no longer has the power to defer to the agency. And then I found this while searching. It says the state within the highest rate of child abuse cases in Maine, where 1,904.4 children are victims of child abuse out of every 1,000 people under age of. Right.
Check this. Sorry about that. Here, I'll see if I can get this on a little bit. Share.
Then the Maine State Senate had to say Maine leads the country as the state with the highest rate of child maltreatment and child abuse cases, according to the 2023 study State Senate.
Which we know is bullshit.
Yep.
All right, hold on a minute. I'm going to play you a bit of this.
The only thing that you cannot fault, see, emotions are high. We can't represent people. We can't technically give legal advice, right? Certified ADA advocate, an amazing person, absolutely amazing person. We've collaborated together and we put together a notice that people can actually utilize and hand straight to the CPS workers when they come to your house. And what it does is it puts them on notice, telling them that you, as the parent and the guardian and the legal authority over your children, are going to be invoking your ADA rights on the case immediately, and letting them know that you do have ADA rights. You are.
Remember we did that first, Herbert?
ADA rights, and you have civil rights.
Yes.
You'll be protecting them.
Yes.
Herbert, I did that first.
And this holds legal. This holds to be legal.
Yes.
I was so pissed on this interview because I had sent him that.
Mm-hmm. What is the contents of the letter? What is the basis? What is the basis? What is the meat and potatoes of the law verdict that you guys believe in that letter?
Well, again, I'm not a lawyer. ADA advocate. He's not a lawyer. We can't represent people. We can't technically give legal advice, right? So that's not our intention here. Our intention is to educate the parents.
Sound familiar, Herbert?
What we are putting into this.
Yes, it does.
It's just knowledge that you can utilize and you can reference. It has ADA rights in there. You know what? Let me do something. Let's see if I can pull it up. And I'm going to see if I can just show you guys something here. I'm on my computer here real quick.
I don't know where the video is.
But what it does essentially, it puts CPS on notice right from the very beginning, right? So if they are threatening you, if they are trying to coerce you, or tell you that you have to do something or you can't do something without the proper legal authority to do so. Everybody has rights under the ADA. You don't necessarily have to be collecting federal funding or disability funding to utilize the ADA, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people have disabilities in ways that we don't quite understand. There could be communication disabilities. And,
Right.
and I tell a lot of my clients, I say, listen, here's what I'm going to educate you on. You and I, Darren, you and I are speaking English, right? When you walk into a courtroom, you might be speaking English, but you're speaking another language. You're speaking legalese. The judge, the lawyers, the prosecutors, they're all speaking a language that you might not even comprehend. So you're automatically at a disadvantage. You're already suffering from a disability because under the Disability Act, you have a right to have proper, effective communication.
Sound familiar, Herbert?
100%. That's why I was
Remember when
telling
we came
Vinny,
up with that?
it's gotta have an advocacy person that understands legalese.
Under duress and
Yep.
all this other kind of stuff. That puts you at a disability. That puts you at a disadvantage because you're under duress. Your emotions are high, right? So the notice that we have put together, which is absolutely 100% free. You can go right to my website and download it 100% free. It goes right to your email. It's highly beneficial for parents to utilize this. It puts the courts at a massive disadvantage because now they have to protect not only your civil rights, but they have to uphold your ADA rights.
Right. And this is when they arrive, right? When is this letter good? I mean, obviously, sometimes you don't know if CPS is coming or not. Are you saying that people should have this on hand beforehand, right? If they know that CPS is coming along, is it too late if they've already come to your house and they've made their first action? So at any point in time, when they come to the house, you can say, hey,
That's an amazing point to bring up. It's not just for the beginning of your case. Yes, it's going to be more beneficial if you bring it up in the beginning of your case. However, you can utilize this at any point in time in your case, right? There's no stipulation, there's no statute of limitations on exercising your rights. There's no statute of limitations on invoking your ADA rights on your case. A lot of people don't understand that they have those. Most American people, most families, they have no idea what their rights are.
Right, I find it funny because they're like this. Oh,
most American
feedback.
Really,
right.
Yep.
Rights are. I find it funny.
And without even thinking for a moment.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, some type of authority if they don't really have. But they just immediately just leave them in the state. And this is voluntary. Right?
It's 100% voluntary.
Right.
100% voluntary.
So do you think that having this letter, because I'm a firm believer in education, the problem is how do you get people that don't have CPS in their life or think that they will never have CPS in their life to adhere to what your warning is and to get this letter preempted? Like, I think everybody should just do it. This should be something that everybody does because CPS is just roads. They'll drive down the road. Your kid's outside with one shoe on, well, we're going to stop and check on these people. You don't have anything anymore. I mean,
right.
So everybody should. How do we get this out to educate these people or make people realize that we're not saying that CPS is coming to you, but they might. So you might want to make this
right. And it's very important. And there are a tremendous amount of families out there that are under the impression that they're living off in la la land. Their life is so perfect, and they would never believe that CPS would ever be a part of their lives. But that's not the case at all. It's like you don't have to be a really bad parent or an awful parent to have CPS involved in your family. I could go across the way and piss off my neighbor, And if I do that, my neighbor might, call the CPS people on on me and get them involved in my case and put my kids in danger. But here's the thing: the only thing, Darren, you cannot fault CPS for. You know what it is?
Agreeing to them and signing things and opening your mouth.
No. The only thing that you cannot fault CPS for is the fact that they have to, by law, initiate an investigation if they get called for supposed neglect or abuse.
Right.
The only thing you cannot fault them for. Now, everything from that point forward, from the
Who is
time
this?
they
Malibu, Dallas?
it is up to you as a parent to understand your rights and your authority under those rights, right? Because if you open up the door and you immediately invite them in because you've never thought in a million years, they would never be a part of your life, and you're like, oh, it's just CPS. I'm a good parent.
Right.
Come on in. I'll make a cup of coffee. We'll sing Kumbaya. We'll braid each other's hair, and we'll be best friends. It's not the case. CPS has the authority to lie to you and deceive you just as much as a police officer does. When you invite them into your home, you are inviting them into your world. You are giving them jurisdiction. When you invite them into your house, you are giving them authority over you. This is why I'm constantly telling people, you have to know your rights. You have to know the boundaries of who you can trust and what their overall goal is. CPS is the biggest child trafficking organization in the world. Why? Because all they care about is federal funding. They don't care about your children. They don't care about the safety of your children.
Nope, I do not. That's a fact. Now, is it true that allowing them across the threshold, that doorway, like as soon as they step foot in there, like if you keep them out of your house, and you meet them out on the porch, at what point are you giving them jurisdiction? Is it immediately when you're speaking to them? Is it when they come into your house, when you welcome them? Like, the safest bet is just to hand them the letter, obviously, and say, don't even say a word. Just hand them the letter, right? I'm assuming that's the way that you want to do it. But like, short of that, like, at what point have you gone too far at a welcome, or you welcome the CPS?
Well, that's a great question. Here's the thing: is I've made a trifold, right? This trifold, which I have on my website. Okay, you can download this right off my website. It's truthhurts.stand store. I have it on my TikTok. It's in the bio of my TikTok. This trifold, Darren, it has everything that you could possibly want and need in order to effectively communicate with CPS. So when they knock on your door, right here, when they knock on your door, there's only like 3 or 4 questions you need to ask them, and that's it. Even if they show up with a police officer, right? So, do you have a warrant? No. Do you have a court order or an emergency removal order? No. Okay. What exactly are the allegations? Right. So they have to tell you what the allegations are. Are you state licensed as a social worker in the state of Texas or whatever? Right. So there's only a few questions you need to ask them. If they show up with a police officer, it's the same question. You have a warrant? No.
What their orders were.
What's your name and badge number? And see, the thing is most people, they don't understand. Oh, I'm sorry. They don't understand that they have to be recording everything. You should always everything, right? So when you're recording everything, you take your phone, you then point your phone to the police officer. Police officer, what's your name and badge number? Are you here for a civil or a criminal matter? Oh, you're here for civil matter? Great. Caseworker, do you have a warrant? No. Do you have a court order? No. Great. I would love for you to have a nice day, but you need to get off my property. Right? And then if she doesn't immediately get off the property, oh, I need to see your children, blah, 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 whatever they might do, they're still trying to coerce you to contract with them. You never want to contract with CPS. everything that they do, everything that they're trying to get you to do, is 100% voluntary. So then you then turn your camera to the police officer. And during this whole entire time, Darren, you are keeping your cool. Your demeanor is professional. You're not swearing. You're not doing anything outrageous. Because they will hold that demeanor against you in court.
Of course they do. Absolutely.
They will make you look like a very bad person with whatever they can. Because their main goal is to extract your children for federal funding. That's all they care about. So you then tell the officer, Mr. Mrs. Officer, I've asked her nicely twice to get herself off my property. I am now instructing you to criminally trespass this caseworker off of my property.
That's that.
Most people don't know you can criminally trespass a caseworker off your property.
Well, since we're at this spot, let's talk about this. The police, they're with these caseworkers. What do they have? What they're there for? What?
They're there for money.
Right.
And however they can collect it.
But the police have no any jurisdiction there. They have no anything, correct?
No. Here's the thing: is CPS, and here's where the training comes in. You always got to be training, right? So I'm sorry, I'm going to adjust my chair here. Oh, okay.
You need to go find out.
Even if they show up with police officers, a police officer cannot interject himself into a civil matter. This is why we ask the police officer on camera, are you here for a criminal issue or a civil issue? Right? A police officer can only interject himself into a criminal matter. And the very fact that CPS is utilizing the police force as an intimidation tactic with the people with guns to intimidate the parents to think that they have a legal obligation to hand over or obey CPS is a very violation of federal law and due process.
See, that's another thing that people need to know. I mean, because people are so nervous. You know, you got a guy with a badge and a gun there, and you got a lady that's commanding to see a kid with another badge, and you know, you don't know what to do. You never get in trouble. You've never been in a situation like this, and of course, you think that it's the United States of America. These people work for our government, we're USA, baby. These people are here to help, and next thing you know, so
right.
It's good to know. I mean, like you said, don't be rude, don't be hostile, don't be any of that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that could give the police a reason to interject. No, or do they have any, if you get angry, let's say at the CPS agent, when the police are there, will they interject then and possibly do it, or they have no control of that situation whatsoever?
No, if you raise your voice, that's called freedom of speech. It might make you look bad. It might make you look like you're deranged and off the, cray, right? But that's freedom of speech. They're on your property. They came to your house. Even if they say, "Oh, you can't record me. I'm not giving you permission to record me." Now, there are some states that are one-party consent states. There are states that are
like Maine. Maine is a one-party state, so you have the right to record.
Officers, CPS workers, they're all public servants.
Right. Yes.
You can record. The Constitution has ruled on this that you can record all public servants in the acts of their duty at any given point in time. You don't need their permission to record them.
That's part of their job, right? That's part of what they signed up for. They're government employees. We have all access to them because we are their, in essence, we're their boss. Right? Our tax
100%.
You know, and the Constitution is written to for them, to so the government is supposed to be protecting our freedoms. So this
does make a lot of sense, though, what he has to say.
Freedom. But see, this is what do you want me to kill it? You want me to keep it going?
Yeah, kill it.
And I've done the same.
But he is right. You do have the right to record. Pursuant to what it states in the Maine Constitution, we are a one-party state, so we have the right to record.
in your state. In
Yep.
other states, they don't. Okay,
No.
let me
For
let
my
me
book,
help
I'll
you
go,
with the one party,
you're corrupt.
two party.
I don't care who you are.
Oh
I don't
wait,
care if you're the
I'm
president.
waiting
I
for
don't care if you're the
Darren to kill it.
CFC. I don't care if you're a police officer. I
Where the
don't care
hell
who
is
you
it?
are.
Hold on.
You're a
Sorry,
judge.
guys.
You're a district judge. You're a federal judge. I don't care. If you're corrupt and you're breaking the law and you're violating your
Okay, there's a few things that Dallas said I have issues with. Number one, he's not being clear on the one party versus two party state. In the
Yep.
one party state, you could have a recording in your pocket. You know that you're recording yourself, right? But
Right.
I don't know I'm being recorded. That's legal. Like in Maine, for example, that's legal.
Yep.
In a two party state like Florida, you could have a recording in your pocket. You know you're being recorded. I don't know. It's not that it's illegal, it's that it can't be held up against anybody in court. That's what
Right.
he's not explaining. You can record somebody. I'll give you an example. You remember when I did the supermarket thing?
Yep.
Let's make believe that Arizona is a two-party state, which it's not. But let's say it's a two-party state. Those people looking at a black screen, they couldn't see you, Vinny. They were looking at my phone. That's all they were looking at. Okay? And they were being recorded. In a two-party state, if we wanted to use their words against them in court, we can't because we didn't get permission from them to record them. You got it?
Yep.
Right.
Well, we're not going to go to jail because we recorded them.
Right.
Unless they find out and press charges against us. That's the only way. Now, the second thing that Dallas said, the police, when they're there with the social worker, they're there basically as security guards just to make sure everything goes smoothly. Now, if you have a homeowner yelling and screaming at the little 5'3" social worker, the police officer may jump in and say, "Hey, well. All she's trying to do is to come inside and do a welfare check to see if everything. I don't care what she wants to do. I'm not going to let her in. You can't come in. She can't come in." Sir, we understand that, but you don't have to go off the way you are. That's what I would do.
Right.
I would open my mouth to this guy. I'm not going to sit there and let him yell and scream like that. I'm saying, listen, you have the right. We can leave, but you don't have to go off like that. She's just trying to explain to you what she's doing and why she's doing it. Now, there are cases where police officers are out of line, where they're talking on behalf of the CPS officer, why they're there, why they got to come in. They are wrong. They're not supposed to do that. CPS is supposed to be telling the homeowner or the parent what they're there for, not the police officer. The police officer is just there to keep the peace and make sure everything goes well. And if the parent has a camera or they want to record, that's fine. You will not see one cop say, "You can't record me." You will not ever hear that, ever. You're on the parent's property. They want to record. They have the right to do so. But at the same token, when a parent says, "Could you show me documentation that you can come into my house and look around?" "Well, we left it at the office, but we have it." "Well, go get it, or else I can't let you in." "Oh, come on, we came all this distance to come inside, and we're here now, so just let us in." "No, you can't come in." Then the police officer says, "Well, we're here. You should let us in because we came this great distance to your house." "No, sir, you can't come in." Now, if the police officer gets a little more persuasive, then say, "Sir, may I speak to your supervisor?"
So I gotta read this so you guys can understand what kind of what my mental health kind of states. Does the current information suggest need for an expanded mental status exam? If yes, complete exam. She put no. Okay. Does the current information suggest need for a risk assessment? If yes, completed assessment. No. Does the current information suggest need for crisis intervention services? No. Does the current information suggest need of a crisis plan? No. Then she goes further on to explain DHS holding kids away, ongoing DHS investigation. What are the experienced flashbacks, nightmares, insomnia, numbness, confusion, avoiding memory loss, self-injured, extreme fearfulness, terror of other symptoms that you think may be relevant to trauma? She put yes. Now this is against CPS. And then in the additives, she put that my risk assessment was based off of they're causing me CPS due to CPS causing trauma and anxiety. I didn't have anxiety until this all began. And now I do. So with regards to everything that's going on,
Yeah.
like this report is extensive. I'm talking like 9 pages of report. But it states in there there is no need of any risk assessment. None whatsoever. And hers says the same thing. It does says that she doesn't need an extensive psychiatric evaluation. And we both have that. We both have our records. We pull them. Just like my new medical thing says that I have arthritis in my back.
I'm medical. In my knee.
Now, what was the? She wanted to. Darren, are you still there?
Herb is here.
I'm trying to remember what he said for the order.
What was that, guys? Sorry.
Lynn wanted to know what the order for the gal and the
No,
attorney
not you.
was.
How long? What?
What order we have to file for the guardian ad litem's report and the attorney's report?
No, you just have to ask them for their appointment documents.
Their appointment documents.
Yeah, you want to have the appointment documents here. Because you just want to have proof that they were appointed and who they are, what they are, and so on.
So we need proof of that. And he said that we need to be filing. He's gonna help me with it a little bit later, but we need to file 2 other motions.
Yeah, what you want to do, listen, there's a thing called the Clifford Act, and you look it up, and it's a rule that they've created so that you're guaranteed all of your discovery. So you want to file that based on the Clifford Act is what's going on here. So you want to check that out. And the Clifford Act will tell you everything. It'll be the process of which they got 14 days to answer. It might be 14, it might be 10. I'm not sure which one. They have 14 or 10 days to give you every bit of information that's involving in your case. And it can be used in family law because, see, a lot of these things, you got to remember that you're in a whole different court mindset, man. You're not in regular courts, you're in family court. And some of the rules that apply to regular courts don't apply. Of course, you're in the district courts, so nothing makes sense. So, make sure if you're going to quote the Constitution that you quote the Constitution of the state, not the federal government, because they are obligated. And a lot of people make this mistake. They follow the Constitution of the United States when they're dealing in the district courts. That Constitution doesn't stand in the district court. State's Constitution does, though. So follow the state's Constitution, not the federal Constitution. And people think, well, it doesn't make sense, but that's how it works. I didn't make the rules. I just go by them.
Well, it says that we got one viewer here. I don't know who it is, but
I don't know if it Ashley's back or. But yeah, I agree with that because I was looking up the main constitutional laws, and they differ from the actual Constitution slightly.
Correct. But
So you
not.
have
But you can find pretty much every one of them that you're looking for. The main state constitution has their own.
yeah,
version.
yeah, and they list the actual codes and statutes of them. That I was aware of. I mean, I do browse through those.
I'm listening.
Vinny, I really, I admire what you're doing. And to me, you're like inventing the wheel when the wheel has been invented already. And I really would appreciate if you could reach out to an advocate. Doesn't have to be an attorney, but an advocate that knows all this stuff the same way Darren does, that can help you along, take you by the hand, because the wheel has been invented already.
Yeah. Herbert, I've tried to reach out to so many people, and
you just got to roll with it. The wheel's there. Just roll with it.
Yeah, I've reached out to like 25 different attorneys. I've reached out to 3 advocacy centers.
No, attorneys you can get. Attorneys you can get. They just want you to pay. So I'm saying that I'm saying the attorneys you're going to get, they'll charge you. But I'm saying if you can get an advocate person, or I told you, check on your next door. It's an app on your phone called Nextdoor. Darren, do you know if you guys have Nextdoor in Maine? Darren. Hello, Earth to Darren.
Yes, we do have Nextdoor. We sure do.
Good. You good. To convince Vinny to go on Nextdoor and say, listen, I'm
Vinny,
a victim
go
of
on Nextdoor. I'm going to kick your ass.
Yes.
Getting it right now.
And tell him to give a briefing of his story, and he needs somebody as an advocacy or somebody that knows about the system that can help. You're going to get people out of the yin yang that's going to come to your help.
Yeah, Lynn just got it right now.
Or contact the CASA of Maine, CASA. Contact them.
Do both. Do Nextdoor and do CASA, because you may run into an attorney who's retired that's an expert in that field that says, hey, no, I'll help you for bono, because you're a neighbor. See, Nextdoor is people that live in Maine. Maine is a big state when it comes to Nextdoor, and there's a lot of people that you do not know, but they're on Nextdoor.
There's a link for the CASA too. CASAofMaine.org.
Do both, CASAMaine.org and do Nextdoor. Do both. And you're going to see people come out of the woodwork. And also, you can let those people know about your show, Darren's show and your show.
Right.
These people don't know anything, and they're right there on Nextdoor.
She just got it, so.
Yeah, I'm just doing the whole.
She's setting it up at the moment.
Now, when you go, what is it? What's your wife's name again? Lynn? No, what's her name?
Yep. Lynn. Yep.
Lynn, when you go into Nextdoor and you sign yourself in and everything, there's a part down there that says post, where you could create a post. So what you do is you two sit back and think about what you want to say, create the post, and just put the post on. Just say post. Don't do anything when it says Facebook or some other links and everything else. No, just hit the word post. Post it, that's all. And within so many minutes, bada bing, it's going to show up on a post. And you're going to get all kinds of replies from people. And you check it every day. Within a 24 to 48 hours, you're going to get at least 6 to 10 people that's going to respond back to you. And of those people, Vinny, you want to let them know, oh, I have a show. Darren has a show right here in Maine. You guys can come on and you communicate. There's a private chat on there too, where you could give them your number, your name, whatever, and you could get their number and name on a private chat part where you could get more people on the show. These people on next door, they're not from New Hampshire, and they're not from Connecticut. They're from Maine. They're not from Massachusetts. These are your neighbors in Maine.
That's what he's talking about right there. Yep. So you basically explain a little bit about what's going on and what we need help with.
Yes, but don't make it elongated. Just, if you don't have to get deep down in details. Just say, hey, we need some help on this. Does anybody know about CPS that could give us a hand? That type of thing. Give us some heads up or some information or some guidance. Use the word, some guidance how to, deal with CPS.
Oh, shit.
And then check it throughout the evening. Check it tomorrow. You see, you go into it and you check. When I say go into it, it should show up on your Gmail. You have a Gmail, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it will show up on both of ours now.
It's going to show up on Gmail. When you go on your Gmail, you're going to see that you got a message from next door. There'll be a big N in green. There'll be a green box with an N. That's next door. You hit that, boom, it's going to open up. Then you go down and it says view. It says view or view messages or something like that. You hit view messages, and then you're going to see the messages or you're going to see the responses. And they're going to be responding to your narrative. I did that one time. I tell you what I did. When I first got on Darren's show, Darren can confirm this. Darren, are you there, Darren? Earth to Darren. Earth to Darren. Come in, Darren. Earth to Darren. Earth to Darren. Come in, Darren. Anyway, when I first came on Darren's show, yeah, Darren, are you there?
Nope.
Okay. When I came on Darren's show with my cousin, she's the one that introduced me to Darren and the show. I didn't know anything about it. She has a CPS issue. That's how I got on the show. So the thing is, what I did was I went on next door and I said, I have a cousin. She's having an issue with CPS and it's a family matter. We're trying to figure out how to wiggle around it and blah, blah, blah. I ended up with over 75 responses.
Yes.
But the problem with the responses were people telling me what to do in Arizona, not in Philadelphia. You see the difference? Vinny?
Yeah, I see the difference.
They were telling me what to do in Arizona, not Philadelphia. But I got a lot of responses. So your responses are going to come back for people from Maine.
Yeah, she's looking up Casper right now.
She's looking up who? Oh, the other one. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So if you get both of those things going, two things going to happen. You're going to get some help. The second thing is you're going to get some guests. You're going to get strangers that's going to come on the show.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you're going to tell them about the show. Now, how do you talk to them personally? When you're next door, you're going to see their name up to the right-hand corner when they're responding. And you tap on that, and it's going to say message. You hit message, then you can send them a private message. Hey, I'm Vinny. I have a show with Darren. I would like to invite you on. Would you like to come on? Blah, 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 blah. And bada bing, all of a sudden, you can get a whole bunch of people from Maine coming on the show.
Right.
And these people, you probably see them in the supermarket. You don't even know them. But these are the people that are talking to you.
Well, they got an email too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got email. That's what I'm talking about. Everything's on there. Oh, and Casa. You're looking at Casa.
Yeah.
That's different than next door. But use both. Use Casa, use next door, and it's going to all be about Maine.
Yeah, I see that. All local posts and stuff. Yep.
It's only going to be local. It's got nothing to do with New Hampshire or Massachusetts. It's got to do with Maine.
I mean, that's kind of a good thing. You know,
Are you kidding me? That's the best thing. You get so many people around you that
Yeah.
are going through situations. It's just that you guys don't know each other, and you're standing on line with each other at the supermarket. You just don't know each other.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll wrap up the show for tonight.
Okay.
We've done about 3 hours, so
All right.
and not many people really came in. Just Ashley, really, that I've
Right.
seen.
Right. But the bottom line is this was a test run show for you. So
Yep.
now you know what to do. Now you know how to open up the show when you do it next Saturday.
Yep.
And you wrote it down so you don't have to guess.
That's right.
Good.
So we will do the little summary thing here.
Well, the summary thing on my part is to keep up the work, keep working to get your children back, and try to listen to people's advice, but by all means, don't invent the wheel. It's been invented. Get people to help you to get through this situation.
That's true. And to all you listeners out there who are dealing with CPS, I urge you to take that in consideration. What you've heard on the show. Do not let CPS in your door without a warrant, or without a court order. If they come to your house and they say, "Well, we can come in, we have the right," no, they do not. You can have the cop take them out of your property because it is your property, and they cannot do nothing about it. So with that said, I hope you all have a great evening. Have a great Sunday, and we will be back here on Monday from 8:30 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. But we are CPS victims hunting for justice. Have
So
a good
you'll be
night.
able to start the show at 8:30 then, right, Vinny?
I should be able to if Darren's not around yet.
Excellent. Very good.
Unless I'm working, but next week is the
Okay.
same schedule, so I'm good.
Okay, very good.
But all right, we are out of here.
I'm sure Darren, he'll like that. He'll like that.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
The children in our country are being made to be the victim of a situation they are not involved, and then sent to a foster home where they again are reintroduced to trauma of being the odd ball. Our courts are contaminated with young, inexperienced caseworkers and polluted with bribes, high-priced bonuses for speedy adoption of terminated parents, and judges who don't practice law with the Constitution in their sights. This is a problem. George Washington never thought of children as pawn in the game of freedom and American values, and never had he wanted to sell them. They were from his maker, his creator. Our children are being run down for no other reason than the profits being made in some way. Somehow these government agencies make money hand over fist day in and day out. They have you go to classes that they are billing for, and there is no viable reason for you to attend. Yet when you hear an update, CPS tells you that you're further away from when you started. Reunification is your goal, not theirs. And after you go through 12+ months of grueling, painstaking classes and meetings, all while getting the slimmest amount of time to visit your child, and even worst, you are always supervised. Never alone again with your child, it's awful. How do they feel, do you think?
Where's the outrage? Why is nobody standing up for these families being torn apart by CPS?
Please don't tell me you're going to put all your bets on this superhero. You grown-ups are supposed to be coming to his rescue. Stop ignoring this problem. There is nothing more I can say to any of you. Please fight CPS and help those who have lost so much they can help themselves.